Hey guys, Allie here. I was thinking about the law of reversibility today, and actually I've been thinking about it for a few days. And basically what it says is if A equals B, then B equals A. So like, let's say you feel successful, so that means you will be successful. And the other thing, and then reversely, it means if you're successful, then you'll feel successful. And that's a law, you know? So the cool thing about it is if you're thinking about something and you're imagining something, then it can be. There's a pathway to it. It's the law of reversibility. If you can think about it and you can feel that, then you can have that. A leads to B and B leads to A. So when they say you can imagine anything and you can have anything, it's really true. If you can imagine it, there is a pathway to it, which is so freaking awesome. There's a pathway to it and a pathway from it. So if you can imagine having the life that you want and being successful and whatever it is that calls to you and feels good for you, if you can imagine that, then there's a pathway to it. It's already yours, but there is a pathway to it. If you can imagine it, it's yours. There's a path. And consequently, like I said before, if you're in it and you feel it and you're like, oh, I'm so successful, then that causes feelings of successfulness, so it's just back and forth. So if you can imagine it, there is a pathway to that exact thing. And we might not be able to figure out the pathway may not be clear, but if we just trust that if we can imagine that scenario, rest in that scenario, then the pathway will unfold. It has to. It's the law. So when I think about that kind of thing, I get pretty excited. So whenever you're out and about today, just keep thinking about, imagine what it is you want, or affirm it, or just anything, any little thing, and just know that there is a pathway to that. If you can think that, if you can imagine that, there's a path to it. It's guaranteed. It's the law. So, okay, that's all for today. Bye, guys.